Shut up and sit down.
Hey, and welcome to the Freja MMA podcast, where it doesn't matter if you're a casual fan or a championship fighter. Join us in our discussion about the beautiful sport which is mixed martial arts. Hey, and welcome to the Freja MMA podcast. I'm your host Reza, and European MMA is back. We've had Fight Club Rush, we had Fight Island open up with a lot of UFC European fighters, and soon it's going to be the Brave European Takeover, which is going to be starting in Romania. Hence why we are doing an interview today with Marlin Hermansson. Marlin Hermansson is a Swedish fighter that will be fighting Anna Maria Pal on the Brave event on Monday. So there'll be a link down in the description on where to see the event. So without further ado, here is our interview with Marlin Hermansson. Here we are with Marlin, the Herminator Hermansson. How are you doing, Marlin?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So you're all locked up now in your hotel room in Romania because you're going to be fighting on Monday against Anna Maria Pal for Brave. How's that feeling to be fighting in an empty arena for a promotion like Brave in enemy territory as well?
It feels really, really good to be back going into the cage again. And I'm really, really thankful for the opportunity and to be able to finally do it again because of the COVID virus that's been around. So I'm really excited. I feel ready both in the physically and the mental.
Yeah, I mean, you look ready as well. It's only a couple of days until the fight, and you're positive. Your mentality's looking great and everything. So it really does look like you're enjoying the time right now.
Yeah. Right now we are locked in our hotel room, so we're waiting for our test results from morning's COVID test. And we did some tests before we left also, but we need to do it when we're here to just be safe. So right now we're just chilling, drinking coffee, talking. Yeah.
So there's a question that I usually ask all of the Swedish stars that are fighting abroad. How is the coffee there then?
I bring my own coffee actually. Or the thing is, I took some coffee from Thailand from the hotel when I was there in January, and then I saved it to better times.
Okay, that's smart.
So I bring it here. Yeah, but I'm going to try the coffee later, I guess.
So your opponent, Anna Maria Pal, how much do you know about her from her previous fights, and have you heard about how she became virally famous in Romania, at least?
About the fighting, I have seen some of her fights, but I haven't. I don't care so much about her. I've seen some things and some things there and some things there. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know what to say. It's going to be a good fight for me, so I'm going to be focused and do what we are here to do. And about the other thing, you mean the head?
Yes, the headbutt on a reality show. Then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not my cup of tea. Maybe I'm letting my fist and body talks in the cage. I'm not interested in doing that kind of stuff outside the cage. So yeah, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, like we've seen your Instagram posts and everything. You're a great gardener. It seems like that's the kind of thing you like to do in your spare time instead of headbutting people on the beaches.
Yeah, I like being out in the garden, fixing with my tomato plants, um, being out picking blueberries in the forest, being out with the dog, not going around and headbutt people. That's not my style.
Do you?
As I said,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, sorry. No, go on.
Do you feel like the whole yin yang process of the calming effect of things like gardening and walking the dog compared to the hectic life which can be an MMA fighter? Do you feel like that balance is something needed in a fighter's life?
Yeah, and it's actually balanced my personality because when I'm doing something, I'm really going into it. I'm going into fighting 100%, and gardening is helping me. I'm doing the same with gardening. So when I'm out in the garden, I can just shut everything down and just be in the moment for some hours. It's like I'm going out, I'm telling Patrick, I'm just going to check my plants, I'm going to do this, and I'm coming in 30 minutes. And then it's 2 hours later, I'm coming in, and I haven't even realized the time just went away. So, yeah, it's really good combination for me.
So you spoke a bit about your personality there, and I've kind of found it a bit strange that you seem to be one of the only Swedish fighters that are like calling out for your opponents to fight. Why is it that you seem to be going so against the grain compared to other Swedish fighters, with calling out other opponents and calling out to get fights?
Because I want fights. And if I don't get any fights, I'm going to call people out because I'm in this because I want to be active. I don't want to sit on the waiting bench and just waiting for my time to come. I'm training. I'm training all the time to be ready to take fights on short notice. And before, I really thought that people were like maybe more like myself. They really wanted to be more active, but some girls don't want to be as active as I want to be. And it's up to everyone. But for me, and I'm just talking for myself, I'm staying ready, and I want to be active. I want to take the fights.
Yes, because
And that's the best thing to evolve as a fighter too. That's training and competing. And calling people out, yeah, why shouldn't I?
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
especially I have met two of the best in Sweden. It's been really good fights, and I'm really thankful for having these fights because I mean, you don't. Yeah, I'm thankful for facing the best in Sweden. That's yeah.
Yes, and
And now
speaking of
I
Sweden,
called out.
sorry, go on.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, speaking of Sweden as well, there was a fight, Elin Öberg, who was going to be fighting at Fight Club Rush here in my hometown in Västerås. You heard that her opponent had dropped out, and then you threw your name in the hat directly. Now there is talks
Yeah.
that after this fight in Brave, you have called out Elin Öberg to fight later in Brave as well, in the Stockholm shows, which are going to be in August. So I can see that you're trying to get your record up. You're trying to face the best in the world, and you're trying to get all the fights in that you can right now.
Yeah. Of course. I haven't signed any contract yet, but I'm taking one fight at a time. Right now, I'm just focusing on Anna on Monday, And when that's done, we will see what happens. But as I said before, I want to fight and I want to be active. And if Brave, when they come into Sweden, of course I want to be on the card. So yeah, I'm going to be ready. And I'm just going to take this fight first, and then we will see what happens.
Yeah, well, I guess fighting on enemy
but of course,
territory.
it's a fight. I want to fight against Elin. It's I want it.
And I think everyone would see it as a really good fight as well. Two great strikers.
Exactly. It's a lot of MMA people, MMA fans that wants the fight, and that's something that's yeah, I want it too. If they want it, I want it.
So you were saying there about wanting to stay active and wanting to compete as much as you can. I guess that explains why, if people look at your record and or your Tapology site, they will see that you've been fighting in a lot of promotions, from Cage Warriors, now Brave, Bellator. Is there a place where you want to stay? Is there a goal? Is there a dream of a champion in a certain division, or what's the goal here?
My goal is to be active. Right now, of course, I want to have the belt and have a good life. Of course, I mean, making money, just be able to focusing on MMA. Of course, I want that, but right now I'm just focusing on getting the right way to getting forward, and that's why I have I'm getting really good help from Moments management, Nima and Maidi, and I really think they will be able to help me forward. But the thing is, I have contract with Bellator, and I really want to get back there to take back what's mine, because my last and my first fight there, I'm not happy at all with my performance, and I know deep in my heart it wasn't me that evening. So I really want to prove myself again there. And when they call, I'm going to be ready, and I'm really thankful for they letting me take these opportunities to fight outside the contract, and that's really awesome. So I'm really thankful for that. And I mean, Bellator is one of the biggest organizations in the world, so it's a good contract. And now I'm getting the opportunity to fight here at Brave, so I'm really thankful. Just
Yeah, I mean, it is not something that you see all the time. Someone that is under contract with a big promotion like Bellator, but can fight in other promotions. But I guess it is really helpful for fighters like yourself that are trying to not only get as many fights as you can, but also boost your record as well.
yeah, of course. And yeah, I mean, it's my job, it's my work. I want to work, and I don't want to sit, as I said before, I don't want to sit on I just don't want to sit here and wait for the opportunities to come. I'm going to take all the opportunities to fight as I can.
And I know that for a lot of MMA fighters, this COVID-19 pandemic has really put things into a different perspective. And then you really see, sorry to use the cliche, but the cream rising to the top, the people that haven't been stopping during this Corona pandemic, that has stayed in the gym and stayed training, that are now going out and getting fights. And you have all the world watching you at the moment. So I really understand that. We can see your hunger with wanting to fight and wanting to not only avenge your first career loss, but also do it with a big statement.
Yeah.
So
I didn't hear what the last thing you said. What did you say?
Okay, because you wanted to avenge your first career loss in Bellator. So it seems like you're really bringing it into this fight that you want to make a statement now?
Yeah, of course, I want to make a statement, and I'm really, really focused about this fight, how I want it to be. So yeah, I'm really glad for being here. I mean, for some weeks ago, I wasn't even sure if we could go here, and now I'm sitting here. I'm going to do the weigh-ins on Sunday. The Monday is the fight, so I'm really lucky that it's going the right way.
So any predictions for the fight now that we can get? Obviously, we don't want to bring out your game plan and everything, but what will we see from Marlin Hermansson on Monday?
I'm coming for the finish. That's everything that's in my mind right now, and if I'm going to take some good things out of this time that's been the past months. I have been able to really reflect and think about my career and where I want to be, and we have trained at some different things I haven't had time to train at before. So it had really helped me to maybe take 1 or 2 steps forward in my evolving as a fighter. So I'm really just excited to be in the cage and letting everything out on Monday.
And as well, you said about training. If we look at your social medias, you have been training with some of the best female athletes in Sweden. Do you feel like the community of the Swedish female athletes coming together to help each other, do you feel like that's something that's really helped your game?
Yeah, guess we're talking about Pani right now. And yeah, it has helped me a lot. We have had really, really good sparring sessions. We started actually pretty early sparring with each other during this time. And she was at Örebro for a couple of weeks ago, and we did the last sparring. And it's been really good. She's really talented, and she's on a really high level. So it's really good. Yeah, it's a really good opportunity for me to spar with someone who is at her level. I mean, she's on the highest level, so it's been great, and I feel I have evolved a lot.
That's all you can ask for from your training partners. Not only Pani that your training partner is, but also your partner in life, your boyfriend that you say that you spar with as well. So it really does sound like you have a very well close knitted training camp. Would you say that is also something that's kind of grooved into you, that you should be together like this all the time?
Yeah, we have our routines that we do all the time. I mean, every Sunday, Patrick puts on his gear, the helmet, the shin pads, and everything. And Frederick is coaching, and it's pretty aggressive sparring. Or I'm aggressive against Patrick. He's just taking the hits and the stuff. And we do this every Sunday, and really trying to focusing on just letting everything out. And then we have the sparring on Tuesdays. We train 6 days a week, and we do that all the time. So the motto in the team is to stay ready, and we're always trying to stay focused so we can take fights on short notice. But we also train smart. So it's not like we're going down 2 times a week for really, really hard sparring against the head. We're trying to focus on different styles. So yeah, I'm really lucky for the guys and for the trainers.
I mean, it must be great as well. Say you have an argument on the weekend and you're like, okay, that's it. When it comes to sparring, I'm going to go extra hard this time.
The thing is, it's actually true. It had happened. I mean, I've been pissed off or anything when Sunday, maybe maybe he says something before the train. Oh, today you're going to do the assault bike after, and then I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing the cardio tomorrow. Yeah, but you're doing this extra, and I'm like, oh. And then I can be a bit pissed. And then Frederick is always saying this like, yeah, try to be extra mean to him today. Be mean, be mean. So yeah, he actually sometimes get blue eyes and actually hit his teeth out for I mean, I think it was 6 months ago.
Wow.
He was holding the noodles and I was hitting without gloves, and then I hit with my big knuckle his teeth, and it went out.
Oh wow. I could also say from experience, I've done some sparring with my wife as well, and the worst thing that I said to her was, I'm only hitting you with around 70% of my power. And then I was just full guard for like a minute and a half with her just kind of going to town on me. So I understand, like, I'm with him. I understand you, mate.
Yeah, but it's good too to be able to spar with the girlfriends or boyfriends.
Yeah, and so that's your sparring and your training in the I wanted to ask you about your fight name as well, the Herminator. Quite a strange one when it comes down to it, but I want to hear where it came from and how it all started.
Yeah, it's actually coming from where when I was doing boxing in Karlstad, and I don't remember if it was Magnus or Bosse. I was coming into the gym. I think it was Bosse, and he said like, "Oh, here comes Herminator." And sometimes he called me Herminator. And then before my pro debut, they asked me what kind of name I wanted to have as a fighting name. And I was joking like, "Oh, Herminator," and they were like, "Oh, it's perfect. You should have it." And then I think about it, and yeah, it's good. It fits me.
Yeah, I think it fits quite well as well. I mean, it works. So I know it's a bit difficult to like say right now with the pandemic and everything, but where do you what do we see next for Marlin Hermansson after this fight? Where do we see you after this?
Ooh, good question. Well, I'm taking this time first, but of course, I know that Brave is coming to Sweden. They have 3 events. I mean, 3 events, that's crazy. I mean, how cool isn't that? And I want to be on the card. So after this fight, I want to be on the card on Brave Stockholm, of course.
That sounds like a great thing as well.
After that, we will see. We will see. Maybe I get a call from someone that wants me to fight. I don't know. I'm just going to take 2 days of rest, and then I'm going to keep grinding. I don't have any choice when I'm living together with a coach.
That is true, and especially if you have an argument about if he says you've done something wrong in the fight, and then you'll be like, okay, we're gonna spar a bit closer then.
Yeah, but we will see. We will see. I'm going to let that in the hands of my managers, so I put my trust in them.
That's a great thing to have as well, a trustful manager. So this time of the podcast, we usually give the platform to the guest to thank any sponsors or family and fans and team members that they want to do. So the mic is yours.
All right. Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my fiance and coach, Patrick Hjulström, who is he's really supporting me and he's a really good partner. He's a good coach. He's yeah, he helps me a lot. And now he's sitting and laughing when I'm saying this, which is then I'm not going to say anything more nice.
You go to the mean stuff now.
And then Fredrik Stoltz, also my coach. He's helping also a lot with the training, and both of them are a really good team, a really good coaching team, and they understand me as a person, and it's really, it feels really safe to have them around when I'm fighting, and and then I wanna thanks to this place in Örebro, Athletic City Sport Gym, where I do my strength and gym training, and I do that together with Johan Ståhl, who is really good on that. So it has helped me a lot training there, and also getting my treatments at Rygg Center, where I have been in like 4 years, getting treatments and advices, programs. Ooh, shit. All right, now. Tack.
For anyone that will be listening on
And of
Spotify,
course,
it was just a few drops of some equipment there.
Yep, I have the phone on a glass table, but now I think it's okay. And then of course, Feel Supreme, Green Frost, Yoga Stark, my sponsors, Clean Drinks, and a big thanks to my parents, who's always supporting, even though they can think it's hard to watch the fight sometimes, but they always support 100% and helps us with the dog when we travel. So a big shout out to them. And I also want to thank my sponsors, RDX Sweden and Grimfrost.
That all sounds great. There will be a link underneath all of the platforms that you'll be listening to this podcast to on where to watch this fight on Monday, live and direct from Romania, and also to Marlin Hermansson's Instagram page as well. So thank you for the time. I know it's super close to the fight, but as I said, you're looking in a great mentality, and you're, as you say, you're always ready. So I'm guessing this one was just a breeze.
Yeah.
But thank you for the time again, and we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you, Marlin.
Yeah, thank you.